Five Nights at Freddy's blew up astronomically in popularity back in 2014. What was once just a simple little horror game about spooky haunted animatronics is now one of the most popular indie games of all time. It's got like over 10 games, a bunch of books, a bajillion fan games, and even a full-on movie with a sequel already in production. And due to this unimaginable popularity, it's been milked to death by merchandise. And my favorite part of franchises being milked by merchandise is the inevitability of cursed products. That's right, I'm talking about the officially licensed off-model goofy caricatures of the original beloved characters. And that's not to mention the ever-expanding world of horrible knockoffs as well. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at the goofiest and most peculiar official FNAF products I could possibly find. And like a few of my other videos, we'll also be using them to decorate this image into the fully furnished Five Nights at Freddy's themed bedroom you've always dreamed of. But before we begin, I do want to note that I'm mainly talking about official items instead of knockoffs. And that's because I think it's a lot funnier when an official item looks horrible as opposed to a knockoff, because you just know that an entire room full of businessmen with legal rights to the IP let something like this happen. So with all that out of the way, let's start decorating our FNAF themed bedroom. My first idea was to start by theming the room after the FNAF 4 bedroom, so I spent multiple hours painstakingly recreating the walls and floors until it looked like this. Then I found the blanket from FNAF 4 recreated and sold through Redbubble, so I'll be using one of the example images as the bed. The in-game room also has two large blue drawers, so I found some similar looking ones online and placed them in the room as well, so we have some surface area to decorate. And finally, I added two white doors with gold doorknobs like in the game. Then, as a nice finishing touch, I added a nice little window with the FNAF 4's menu screen as the background to tie it all together. And now that the room is finally ready to be decorated, let's get started with the first section, plushies. And we'll start out with the relatively cursed Freddy Fazbear Pillow Pet, cause he's just such a little rascal. I've always loved how goofy looking pillow pets can be. I'm so glad this is real. They even made a jumbo version that's freaking huge, so you can finally live out your dreams of cuddling a giant fluffy Freddy Fazbear while you sleep. The Freddy Pillow Pet is also an enemy in the spin-off game Freddy in Space 3, which is pretty funny. So there's Scott Cawthon himself officially acknowledging how cursed this is. They only officially made a Freddy Pillow Pet, but there's also a bunch of knockoffs of the other characters that look even worse. There's another Freddy, Golden Freddy, Fredbear, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and even Mangle, or Funtime Foxy, I don't know. These things perfectly glide the line of cursed and cute. I love them so much. There's even this really cute fan art of the knockoff Bonnie by @Smugmoth on Twitter, so shout out to them for making this masterpiece. I think a good place to put this is right in the middle of the bed, so it's like a cursed version of the cute little Freddy plush that's there in game. Hello, it's me from the future. Literally right after I recorded this, they just announced an official Foxy Pillow Pet, so it looks like they are actually making more official ones. Yippee! Next, we'll be going over all the weird Funko plushies, but most of them also have figure counterparts, so we'll be doing both figures and plushies at the same time. Funko is pretty infamous for being one of the main suppliers of FNAF merch. I'd say like 75% of the items in this video are somehow owned by Funko. They also keep making figures and plushies of the cursed ugly cosmetic skins from the FNAF AR mobile game, which is the main focus of this section. First up, we have the Easter collection. There's Chocolate Freddy, Chocolate Chica, Chocolate Bonnie, and Easter Bonnie. These things are just so haphazardly over-designed and weird looking, although I do want to eat the Bonnie figure. There's also Christmas ones too. There's Santa Freddy, Elf Bonnie, Snow Chica, what the frick is this? Gingerbread Foxy, and Nutcracker Foxy. Most of these ones actually have Funko Pop figures too that are just horrifying. Snow Chica is easily the weirdest one, especially the plushie. I cannot believe this abomination is official Five Nights at Freddy's merchandise. We also got the tie-dye series, which are pretty infamous for being the laziest piece of FNAF merch of all time. They're just ugly tie-dye recolors of some figures, pop figures, and plushies, and they're commonly known to be the worst selling Funko FNAF figures by far. The funniest one is easily the Springtrap tie-dye figure, which just looks like moldy cheese. Why does he look so gross? There's also Liberty Chica, which is just the Statue of Liberty but as Chica. Like, what even is the inspiration for this? Why did they even add this to the AR game and then also make a plushie and figures of it? And finally, there's also Shamrock Freddy? Okay. There's also this really ugly Ennard plush that looks kinda stupid. Ennard does not translate well into plushie form, and they didn't really give it that good of an attempt, honestly. Just look at how awesome he looks in-game, and then just look at this geezer. Actually, I don't really want to look at this doofus anymore, so I'm just gonna shove him under the bed. Hopefully that doesn't hurt his feelings too much. But now we have a plushie I have personal beef with. Funko's Glamrock Chica plush. Because what the frick? Glamrock Chica is literally the silliest gal in the franchise, and they they did this to her? Why does she look bald? The main things that are completely throwing me off here is the complete lack of her massive earrings, and the huge bow and ponytail is just turned into this little goober. And the weirdest one of them all is how Chica has makeup on both sides of her face, and they only put it on one freaking side? How can you possibly remember to put one and then forget the other one? I'm sorry, this design makes me so freaking angry. Thankfully, the Glamrock Chica YouTube's plush is a lot better because it perfectly portrays how she has no thoughts. Nothing going on inside that silly little head. Love her. And finally, the most oddly specific Funko plush is the Exotic Butters. It's so funny that they made a full-on plushie based off of a single joke. It's made in a similar way to the Hello Kitty fries plush from my French fry products video, where there's Velcro on the bottom to keep them in place, even though the butters are all separate items. Overall, as we can see in this section, Funko's figures and plushies usually have extremely weird proportions and a general lazy ugliness to them compared to the actual designs. I don't completely blame them, because they are a very cheap option if you don't want to waste that much money on a FNAF plushie, but the fact that these can be so consistently missing details is pretty embarrassing for such a huge company selling official FNAF merch. And the heavy focus on completely made up non-canon stupid looking skins is also very underwhelming. Although not everything they make is bad, some of them are actually quite good. And I guess the ugliness does have its charm at times. I guess. The company Good Stuff has also tried to make some of their own FNAF plushies, but these are possibly an even bigger blunder than the Funko ones. They have two separate series, the standing ones and sitting ones. First we have the sitting ones, and oh my god, their eyes are bulging out of their heads, what the frick? These things are genuinely terrifying, especially with how misshapen the heads are and the eyes looking different directions like a freaking goldfish. Like, what the frick is this massive dent? There's also the standing ones, which are done in a completely different style, and they still look pretty terrible because of the giant eye sockets, low quality materials, and messed up proportions. Thankfully, they only made a few of them, just Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Although, unthankfully, there were many more of them planned that just never released. And we sadly actually have photos of these dinguses. There's a few Fun Times, Ennard, Balloon Boy, and Baby, who look so freaking terrifying. What the frick? So far with all these plushies, I've been pretty underwhelmed with how they don't randomly jump scare you all the time like in the games. So good thing in 2018, GameStop released these animatronic plushies that have motion activated jump scares. And wow, would you look at that? It's made by Funko. There's a Freddy and a Foxy, and if it detects any motion in front of its face, it tries to jump scare you. And the jump scare sound is just some weird, annoying, distorted version of the FNAF 2 scream. Anyways, these things look kinda ugly, and it literally predicts the goofy looking red eyes that the first FNAF movie trailer had a full 5 years ago, which is pretty funny. Also, I'm so sick of all this Freddy merch making him such a bright tan color. He's freaking dark brown, look at him! Although a year before this in 2017, Morbid Enterprises also released a Freddy toy that jump scares you. It's a 3-foot tall model of Freddy Forebear that just kinda moves around a little, plays creepy music, and keeps randomly screaming at you. Although the design is really weird looking. I really like the material and much more accurate colors, but the face just isn't it. Their goal was definitely to create a creepy item that you would never want in your bedroom, and they absolutely succeeded in that, which is exactly why I'm gonna put this in our bedroom image. I think a few of our FNAF products need a bit more style, so good thing the company Sunstatches made these terrifying FNAF sunglasses. There's one for Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. I don't even know where to start with these. They're just so hilariously cursed looking in the most beautiful way possible. Mainly just the separated eye lenses make it look like they have 2 mouths. I feel like the actual in-universe Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria would totally sell these for birthday parties. They're just so tacky and funny looking. Moving our focus onto this shelf, let's add a few other cursed looking Funko Pops we missed. Specifically, the sister location jump scare ones are the most cursed looking things ever. They're just genuinely horrifying. I don't know why you would ever want these on a shelf, which is exactly why I'm putting a few of them on our shelf. But now, let's talk about another massive line of figures that Funko also owns, the Mystery Minis. I didn't know Funko had it in them to cook this hard, because these things are freaking awesome. The designs are just so weird, cursed, and kinda cute, all at the same time. There's a bunch of devious looking ones, like the Chica, Toy Chica, Golden Freddy, and Shadow Bonnie. The scroingly ones, like the little toy Cupcake, Fredbear, Paper Pals, and Candy Cadet. The menacing Nightmares and Springtrap, and even a little Vanny. She has no thoughts in that squishy little head. There's also a Flocked Vanny that's the same thing, but with a soft texture on it. I actually bought one, cause I wanted to, cute and I like the texture. But then there's the really cursed ones, like even more horrifying sister location jump scares, the twisted ones, Yendo, Molten Freddy, and Nightmare Cupcake. Even the default circus baby is just so creepy looking for some reason. And there's also this version of Springtrap that's just, oh my god. But now we have my absolute favorite one of them all, the crying child figure. I don't know how, but this thing is so ghostly, hollow, and unsettling, while also being kind of cute at the same time. Like, he kind of reminds me of Baymax from Big Hero 6. It's just so funny that they turned this abstract mass of lines into a smooth 3D model. And while the mystery minis are probably the best Funko FNAF merch, let's quickly mention their absolute worst, the Popsies. I genuinely despise these stupid things so much, to the point where I don't even really want to talk about them. Just, you're one of us. Have a killer day. I've got my eye on you. Surprise! Happy Easter. Let's just put one of these on the shelf and move on already. Next, let's talk about these ugly looking FNAF Squish Me toys, because I honestly kind of hate most of these designs. They're just so dumb looking. Like, why does Toy Bonnie have such a 5 head? And the puppet not even having arms is just so weird. They even made one for just a stack of pizza boxes, and there's even a whole series of glow-in-the-dark versions as well. And finally, there's also the Mega Squish Me's, which are just giant versions of Freddy and Foxy that actually look kind of cute, I guess. Hell nah, Freddy Floor Bear. Oh, he has been released. Oh my god, look at him. Wait a second, he smells weird. I think it's scented, but the packaging doesn't say anything about that. It literally smells like fruit. Yeah. But that's not the end of squishy FNAF toys. There's also these keychains where the eyes pop out, and would you look at that, they're owned by Funko. These were released in 2016, and there's a Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Springtrap. And obviously I had to get one, so put in your guesses for which one I got. Hell no, it's the Springy Boy! That is so funny looking. My god. It kind of reminds me of that one gif that's like, balls? Personality? Oh my god, guys, there's a creature in the grass. Yeah. The creators of the Squish Me toys from earlier also made these very peculiar security breach fidget spinner contraptions. Although it's not like the normal fidget spinners, it's literally just an ugly figure of the animatronics that can spin around. Specifically Glamrock Freddy, Roxy, Monty, and Chica. And they look so goddamn goofy looking. Look at this dingus. There he is. He can spin around in the packaging. Look at that. Oh my god, that's amazing. Let's break him out of here. Oh my god, look at it. Let's try to spin it. There we go, he's spinning! He's so Portuguese. I'm still so confused that they made a fidget spinner just a figure of the character that spins. It's really weird that he sits upright and spins like this. Kind of cool though. There's also this really weird FNAF toy, the Fright Light. I have no idea what the frick they were trying to cook here because this is the stupidest one in the whole video. It's basically just a normal flashlight, but you can switch it to scare mode, which just randomly makes the flashlight play jump scare noises at you while shining a picture of Freddy through the light. There's also a Springtrap version, and the packaging calls it Nightmare Springtrap for some reason. And the final horrible FNAF toy we'll take a look at is the official Five Nights at Freddy's Black Light Slime. Wait a second, Fazgoo in real life? Only the truly brain-rotted FNAF fans will get that reference. Anyways, all the containers of slime are shaped as random characters, specifically Freddy, Nightmare Chica, and Springtrap, which is such a completely random selection. They also re-released them as security breach characters, which also look pretty terrible. The containers look so freaking cursed, and the slime itself probably has some OSHA-violating levels of pure radioactive goop contained within. Although, instead of playing with just FNAF-themed toys, we can also play the various official FNAF board games instead. First off, let's talk about this Freddy Jack-in-the-Box sort of game. And oh my god, Funko jump scares, Jesus Christ. It's actually called Scare in the Box, and it has this really weird-looking Freddy gizmo that probably jump scares you or something. I'm not really understanding how this works, so let's just actually try it out. Five Nights at Freddy's Scare in the Box.
Wait, what is this game about? You haven't told me anything.
What the frick?
Okay, guys, let's play Freddy's Scare in the Box.
It's gonna jump. Go. Freddy Floor Bear. I actually genuinely think this is a terrible game.
Wait, no, it's got the right sounds.
Wait a second, chat.
Wait.
Chat. Wait. I'm just going to get batteries.
I love eating batteries.
We put batteries in it, so the experience is now heightened. Oh, this is so much better. Oh, it's so much better now. Never mind. Take back everything I said on this game. I'm about to have a heart attack. Here we go. This has been going on for too long. What are you? Man, this Jack in the Box is so lame. Freddy Fazbear the third. Wait, why is he not popping out? I sure hope there isn't a really scary animatronic bear inside this box right here. Alright, I don't like it. Get. What? You don't have to touch. What the hell? Jump scare. Let's get a close-up shot of him. He's so Portuguese. Oh no, I'm so scared.
Next we got Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I'm not kidding. This board game is literally just called Five Nights at Freddy's. That's the stupidest name they possibly could have chosen. What the frick? This doodad is made by the company Moose and was released in 2017, and I guess you take pizza from Freddy Fazbear until he gets mad and jump scares you? Well, let's try this one out too.
Freddy Fazbear once again! Where does he go? Chat, stop saying chat. We figured it out. You're supposed to put him back here, and now he actually works. Well, put him down. I can't believe it actually worked. We literally recorded a whole freaking section about how it doesn't work and got angry at it. I can't believe we're too stupid to make the Freddy Fazbear game work.
All right, chat, let's do this.
I have to get one red. Okay, chat, my turn. Oh, two yellow, one pizza. Oh my god, how? Yeah, okay. Yay! I think it actually doesn't work. This is too easy. We'll find out right now. Ready? Oh, God, I slipped. Yeah, it doesn't work. So basically, you only get so many chances to press this button. Ready? It's so... That's so easy. What? You can't just do that to Freddy. No! Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear.
There's also another Funko board game called Night of Frights, and it has little trinket pieces of the animatronics that look so cursed. Their feet are freaking huge. Like, bro is literally just Bigfoot at this point. And why is Tika so swole? The game itself has a pretty neat concept. Basically, everybody plays as an animatronic, and whoever captures the guard first wins. And another Funko FNAF board game is Survive Till 6 AM, which is basically a direct adaptation of FNAF 1 into a board game, and you can either play by yourself or with a partner. And apparently, many people say this game is incredibly confusing and complicated, which is not surprising considering that they're adapting a literal video game into a single-player board game. But what's even crazier is they also made a Survive Till 6 AM Security Breach edition. Like, how the frick did they manage to adapt Security Breach into a goddamn board game? If anybody has actually played these, please let me know how the experience is in the comments, because that just sounds insane. And finally, there's obviously a FNAF-themed Monopoly. There's always a goddamn Monopoly. Like, just looking at the list of every version of Monopoly, we got that much. So I'm just gonna put it under the bed because I don't really care. The pieces are pretty cool though. There's a Freddy plush, microphone, Freddy mask, Foxy's hook, Bonnie's guitar, Chica's cupcake, and a Freddle. I like the cupcake the most because it looks so silly. The money is replaced with Pizzeria dollars for some reason, and the game is now about buying animatronics and building pizzerias. And it's pretty lazily done because some of the animatronics you can buy are Ennard, which obviously doesn't make any sense, Springtrap, which literally has a reanimated corpse inside, and all the nightmares, which are literally figments of imagination. How are you able to buy those? I don't know what this means for the FNAF lore, but the implications are huge. MadPad, please get on this. I'm getting a little thirsty, so let's move on to the next section, mugs. And since we're out of shelf space, let's go ahead and build another shelf specifically for all the mugs. First off, we got the official Golden Freddy mug by the company Just Funky, which is so freaking creepy looking. I hate this dingus. It's just a big Golden Freddy face jutting out of a black mug. Just Funky also made a normal Freddy mug, which is even more cursed. This time, his entire head is the mug, and it's also got an optional lid for his hat. I also love how his eyes are looking in slightly different directions. But now, we got the Hot Topic FNAF mug that looks so bad to the the point where I originally thought it was a knockoff. What in the actual frick is this thing? Go away! Just to remind you, a bunch of businessmen with official permission said that this was okay, and I'm so glad they did. Although it seems like they were a little embarrassed by it, considering that I can't find any other photos of it online. The only real evidence of its existence is this store page on Hot Topic's website that's still not taken down, and the fact that Scott Cawthon actually put it in a Freddy in Space 3 boss fight, which is pretty funny. During my research, I also found photos of both a Chica and a Foxy one too, and there still might be even more of them out there, but as it stands, they did a very good job completely wiping these creatures from existence. Along with the tea we'll drink from a cursed FNAF mug, we can also eat some official Five Nights at Freddy's cereal in the morning too. First up, there's the Funko cereal, because of course Funko also makes cereal. Anyways, they released a FNAF edition in 2018, specifically based on Blacklight Rockstar Freddy, which is just so oddly specific, and the cereal itself is not really that interesting. But that's not the end of FNAF cereal, there's actually one more that was officially released, the Nightmare Puffs, released by the FYE company also in 2018. I can't believe the two only FNAF cereals released in the same year. The packaging literally looks like a fake branded cereal that would be in one of the games as a joke, but no, it's actually real. The back also has a cutout to make a withered Freddy mask, which is amazing. As we get up in the morning, we're obviously gonna need some FNAF themed slippers, so good thing Hot Topic sells these horrifying ones. God, I love slippers that make the character's head poke out at the front. They're always so goofy. But before we leave for school in the morning, and dear God, I hope our school is FNAF themed as well, we'll need to wear one of these terrifying FNAF backpacks that are also sold by Hot Topic. There's either a golden Freddy or a withered Foxy, and I think the Foxy one looks cooler, so I'll be using that one. And to further theme our backpack even more, let's also check out this set of FNAF plush clip-on thingamajigs by Toy Wiz that are just horrifying. There's a Freddy, Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, and Golden Freddy. They all look pretty stupid, especially Foxy. He doesn't even have a hook, just metal hands for some reason. So I'll just put a few of these on our backpack. But I also found this Springtrap keychain that's just an anomaly to me. I have such an intense emotional reaction to this item, and I can't pinpoint why. He just stands there like that, with his big-ass head. He looks like a deer in the headlights or something, not doing any sort of pose or anything, just emotionless standing. Okay, so I actually bought one, and he looks so freaking different than the photos online. Why does he look so stupid? It's just an entirely different item. Why did they freaking lie to me? Funko has lied to me yet again. Oh my God. Oh, the yellow baby. What the? Wait, his head turns? I didn't know that. He looks like when you're at the checkout at a grocery store and your mom left to go get something and you just stand there staring at the cashier like this. Like, why does he just look like an 8-year-old just waiting for their parents? Look at him. Oh, the dead body on the side of the road. This grass-colored carpet was such a good investment. This is so funny. Also, I just want to mention this funny review of it that says, 5 stars, silly little guy. He is my ugly little yellow baby. They also have some other characters, and there's always something off about them. The way they're standing with their arms at the side and the messed up proportions is just so uncanny to me. Like, Foxy is holding up his hook, trying to look intimidating, but he just doesn't know what to do with his other hand. Let's also decorate the outside of our house with these giant inflatable FNAF characters. I know it looks like it, but these aren't knockoffs. They were officially released by Morbid Enterprises in 2017. There's just so many things wrong with how they look, but that's obviously to be expected from inflatables. Seeing these scallywags on someone's front lawn would be so terrifying. So let's just put these silly goobers right outside our window so they can just stare at you while you sleep. And now we're pretty much done with all the cursed products, but I do want to take a moment to talk about my favorite non-cursed FNAF product, the Super Racers. Although these were made by Funko, they're easily one of their best pieces of FNAF merch, right next to the mystery minis from earlier. They're basically a bunch of silly racing toys based on a few random animatronics, and they have such creative and satisfying designs. I love them so much. We get Toy Freddy on a microphone, Chica on a birthday cake, Foxy on a pirate ship, Golden Freddy just driving the entire office, which is pretty funny, Ennard in a basket of exotic butters, Lolbit in a pool of TV static, which is a really obscure character choice, but it's still pretty awesome. Then there's the puppet in a music box, and the cupcake on a tray. The complete lack of Bonnie representation kinda sucks though. My man always getting forgotten. I really hope they make more of these someday, especially for security breach characters. Or imagine if they made a freaking Mario Kart clone, but with all the animatronics driving carts like this. That would actually be so peak. But now, the real reason why I bought them all is to answer the age-old question, which FNAF animatronic is the most aerodynamic? So just like in my fast food toys video, let's set up a racetrack to time them. Welcome to the Goofy Forest Raceway. Today we've got 8 FNAF themed racers to compete for the best time. Each racer will get 3 attempts and will take an average of their times as the score. And the winner will earn the title of Most Aerodynamic Animatronic. First up is Toy Freddy. And would you look at that, starting it off strong with a 1.19 second average. It's Chica's turn on the raceway and she scores a lousy 1.21 seconds, putting her right behind Toy Freddy's place. And now for her Cupcake's turn, which actually ends up taking first place with a 1.18 second average. God damn. Foxy's turn is up next, and wow, yet another first place being taken with a 1.16. The elusive Golden Freddy steps up, and oh my god, yet another first place with a 1.15. These rankings are a goddamn bloodbath. Now with the Puppet's turn, let's see if they can raise the stakes once more. And not quite. They scored a 1.17 second average, putting them in 3rd place. The Silly Lullabit takes a turn, and wow, they score a lousy 1.23 seconds, putting them in dead last. I'm so sorry, Lullabit, I still love you. And finally, we have Ennard's turn. And oh my god, what an upset! They score a 1.14 second average, stealing first place right at the last second, which means Ennard wins the Most Aerodynamic Animatronic Award. A round of applause for Ennard. And now with all that out of the way, let's add a few FNAF posters as the finishing touches, and the room is finally complete. It was so much fun to look at all the cursed official FNAF merch that's come out over the years. It's pretty crazy how much of it is lazily produced slop with blatant missing details and whatnot. In the end, I love FNAF, and some of the ugly looking products still end up being pretty charming. I don't like it when people say all the merchandising ruins the horror of the original, because that scary FNAF 1 pizzeria during the day was literally a place full of fun mascots for children to enjoy. The horror has always only been there in a specific context. So although I do love all the silly FNAF merch, I also still wish it was better quality because goddamn some of this stuff sucks. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also if you want to help support me, check out my merch store, polygondonut.com, or even use code PONGON for gamer subs if you want to have some tasty energy while playing an intense FNAF game. Also, comment down below what your favorite FNAF game is. Personally, I can't really choose between Security Breach Ruin, the original FNAF 2, and Help Wanted 2. I don't know, I'm gonna end the video now. Okay, bye!